Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So I know I just recently did a favorites at the end of spring and we're still kind of like, are we halfway through summer? There's no way. We're like still at the beginning of summer. But I have a good amount of favorites that I've been kind of collecting on a Google document, and I just thought I would do it now because I have a feeling that these are going to be favorites for a while. Or honestly, a lot of these things aren't like products or items or anything like that. They're really just things I'm loving online, things I'm just loving in the world right now. So yeah, I thought we would go into it. Also, I've been wanting to find my little bandanas, and I found this Coach one that I've had forever. It's actually it's actually like from Harrah's, the casino. And it also says Caesars, so it must be like some Vegas thing. I don't know. I got it on eBay like years ago, but I just thought I would put it on my head because I really have to wash my hair, but I'm waiting because I have to film some other stuff. But anyways, let's just get into it. The first one is Mad Men. I finally finished Mad Men. And I don't know, like, it took me so long to get through that show because I would get really invested in it and like want to watch it, and then I would get bored and then stop. And the last like season and a half though, it got so good. There was like this storyline where Don was having an affair with his neighbor, and I just like did not like it at all. So once that was finished, and like the whole thing where they moved offices to like LA, I don't know, it was after that I was like, okay, I'm fully locked in again. And then it finished and I was so sad. Like as soon as it started getting really good, it was over. But I love Mad Men. There's something about it to me that reminds me of when I first came to LA because I started watching the show. I actually what happened was I watched it at the final season when the final season was coming out in like 2015 or something. That was the first time I watched it, and I was only watching the final season with like no context of the show. But it was right before I left for LA. So it just reminds me of that time in my life. It reminds me of being really excited. And at the time, I wanted to be an actress, and it really made me interested in TV. And like when I got to LA for the first time, I was like, I really want to be in TV. Like forget movies. Like this is, and it kind of was like the golden age of like prestige television and stuff. But honestly, I for some reason had this idea like I would love to be on like a cable TV show or even like a network TV show. Like I don't know. I didn't even really think about like the prestige like HBO things. I was like I would love to be on like a I don't know, like an NBC like sitcom or something. I don't even know. Anyways, I also just like in the beginning of not the beginning, but like a while ago when I started watching Mad Men again, I started listening to interviews with the creator, Matthew Weiner, and the story of the show coming to be is just like so interesting to me. I think he was a writer on The Sopranos, and I think he got the job because he had the pilot for Mad Men, and David Chase, the creator of Sopranos, read the pilot and he gave him a job on The Sopranos. So like he had already written the pilot, and then he couldn't get it picked up by any of the distributors, or he couldn't get it made. But he got that job on The Sopranos. I think it was like the last couple seasons he was writing on there, and then he finally was able to get a really modest deal with AMC. They had like no money and they put it all together, and then it became like what it is. And just like the amount of research he did for like a decade of just learning about this era of like the 60s in the advertising world is just so cool. I don't know, it was just a very inspiring story. So yeah, that's my first favorite is Mad Men. Kind of in the vein, because I'm feeling very nostalgic lately. I've been loving like 70s to 80s fashion. And I've been loving just this 80s silhouette. So I have my Levi's that I've been loving, and there's just something really about those Levi's with my new Tory Burch shoes. I will insert photos, but I don't know, there's something like very 80s about the whole silhouette. Also with my denim jacket, like I love, it's kind of like I want to look like a hippie mixed with a prep from the 80s. Like a washed up hippie that never moved out of the hippie thing, but then like also mix that with like a preppy kid. That's my whole fantasy right now. I'm also loving button downs and like Oxford shirts. I don't have any. I think I have one actually. That's not true. I have one that I wear for work when they make us wear white shirts, which is very rare. But I have to like try that on and see if I like it and would want to wear it like in my everyday life. But I really just love like a crisp, really starched button down, kind of oversized. And especially for the summer, I just think it's such a perfect summer shirt. So I have my eye on those right now. And then also I'm loving like anything vintage Paul Smith. And actually the Paul Smith thing came from the button downs, because I saw these button downs that they have with like their signature stripe on the cuffs. So gorgeous. I wish it wasn't like an arm and a leg, because I would definitely buy one of them, but they're just like not in my budget right now. If I found one secondhand with that stripe, I would definitely try to go for it, because it's really cool. But yeah, I love like the vintage cufflinks and the tie clips. I'm just really into Paul Smith. And the other day, me and my friend actually went into the Paul Smith store for the first time. You know, like the pink wall on Melrose. I've never been inside the store, and it was just kind of funny because there were so many people out there and like taking pictures in front of the pink wall. And like to walk inside the store, it felt like I was famous and I was like getting backstage access to something, because everyone's on the outside and like no one's going inside, and me and my friend are like walking inside, and at first she was like, is it open? Like, do we just go inside? And I'm like, yeah, let's just go inside. So I don't know, it was just funny because I've never been to that, like I've never been to the store and I've never been to the pink wall. So yeah, I want to go over a few products that I have like physically with me right now, and then I'll move on to like things I'm really liking on Instagram lately. I got this Book of Immortality. She's a YouTuber. I don't remember her name because I think she just goes by Book of Immortality, but this really cute little pouch. It says Hollywoodland. I love the red side, and then the black side, it's got the Chateau Marmont. It's got this car and this little bell, the umbrella, sunglasses, tree, little martini. It's so cute, and I just added this little Oscar to it because I just wanted to have something a little extra to add on top of it, or like to, I don't know, add to the zipper. It fits perfectly in my Gucci bag, which I would have never thought that it would, because nothing fits in this bag. That's not true, but like it actually does fit, and I can zip it up. So I've been putting all my stuff that like is kind of loosey-goosey in my bag. I put it in there, and now I can just like take it out when I need something, put it back in. Makes it so much easier. I love pouches. I feel like, I don't know, I want more pouches, especially because I travel And like there's something about just having as many as possible in like different sizes and going through and seeing how I can organize them just really, I don't know, scratches an itch for me. Okay, we're gonna do fragrances. And I've been wanting this for a while. I had a sample from Lucky Scent for like over a year, and I think there's other perfumes that I've wanted way more than this one, but I think this is the perfect summer scent. This is ERL Sunscreen by Comme des Garçons, and it just smells like sunscreen. It smells like really high-end sunscreen. Let me look up the notes. Okay, so the main accord is coconut, sweet, powdery, vanilla, lactonic, musky, aldehydic, fruity, tropical, mineral. And here's the thing, I don't really like certain coconut scents. It's not that I don't like them, it's just that they have this like kind of funky after smell that's a little like sickening to me. And I don't get that at all with this. I get almost like coconut and sweet and powdery, but also kind of like chemical because like of the sunscreenness, you know, like sunscreen smells like chemical because it is kind of like a chemical. And yeah, I just really like this. I'm not tired of it. And for layering, I don't have any more of this. It's pretty much completely gone. But the Matcha 26, I sprayed like the last little ounce of it out on me after I put this on. And it's like a perfect layer on top of sunscreen. It's sweet. It's, I don't know. It's kind of citrusy, but it's very clean. And there's something about this with this. To me, sunscreen is very like beachy, and this is very, here's what it is. You go to the beach, you're on like a tropical vacation, you go to the beach, you're like laying out, you get a little sandy and a little dirty, and when you get home, you take a shower and you get clean, and you can still smell the sunscreen, but you're like clean now, and you're gonna go out to dinner. That's what this smells like. So good. Okay, let's move on to our Instagram section because I have a few things I'm really into. So something I've come across recently on Instagram is like independent designers or just like people that don't even have any sort of design like label, but making things from leather, like very high quality leather craftsmanship. So I have a few accounts that I can put here. And I have some like screenshots of different things I've seen. There's like this bag with this like kind of thrashed almost leather, and it's really cool. And then I've seen a lot of like leather straps, like leather fringe. That's what it is, leather fringe. I really like. There's this girl with like a leather bangle that was really cool. I've seen a lot of cigarette cases. I've seen bags. I saw a table, like a coffee table with leather on it, which was so cool. So yeah, I'm really into that right now. I was inspired by these people when I made that little leather bag, but nothing's come of it because I don't know what I'm doing. I still have it though. Like I tried to put a zipper on it and I had no idea what I was doing. I was like, how do I don't know. It was really confusing. I went into it thinking like, oh, this will be really simple. I'll just sew the zipper part on. And then I was like, wait, how do I get it to where you can't see? Anyways, it's not for me. I'm not a master craftsman, which is why I appreciate these people because they're doing such high quality work with leather. There's one girl that like takes pieces of leather from this couch that she has, and it's like a series of her making different things out of it. I just think it's really cool. our final Instagram favorite is the creator Jay Gottlieb. She's been posting these videos of her like wistfully walking through the city, and like Lana Del Rey is playing. The first one I saw was White Dress by Lana, and it's just, again, like her, it's almost like a paparazzi, like when you see them and they're shooting from like really far away, but they're like zoomed in or whatever, and you see all the city going around, like going on, you know, city life, and it's just her like walking very wistfully. And I don't know, they're so like serene and like beautiful. It's like a beautiful art not installation, beautiful art piece, beautiful, like, I don't know. I really like it every time I see it come up on my Instagram. Our final favorite of this video, today actually, my boyfriend found, I don't know if he had to like log into something, but the Esquire archive. This archive is online and it goes back to the 30s. And as soon as he said that he found this, I was like, do they have the F. Scott Fitzgerald Esquire pieces? Specifically in my head, I'm thinking of the Pat Hobby stories, because if you've been following this channel, you might remember me talking about the Pat Hobby stories. And that was a series of short stories that he did for Esquire magazine, and he did find them. He also found some other Fitzgerald stuff that he printed out for me. I don't have it here, it's in the kitchen, I should have grabbed it, but they had these like beautiful covers, all the covers, and they had like in the 30s or the 40s, they had these almost like claymation kind of characters on the cover. Like every cover had the same kind of style. Obviously they had the same illustrator, I'm assuming, but yeah, it was just like really cool, because a lot of magazine archives, you're not able to go that far back. Like before the internet was a thing and the pieces were archived online, it was like, I'm not going to be able to find like a Vogue article from like even back to like the 70s, you know, like there, unless it's like a very famous piece or something, it's very hard to find like old magazine archives online. So I just think that was such a treasure that he found that. And yeah, like I said, I had him print some out for me, so I'm definitely gonna read those. And yeah, I think that's it. Oh, one more thing. I had this in another video, but I was looking for a magazine. I was looking for Art Forum, which I still have not found in my city. I don't know if I'm gonna have to go to like the Fairfax magazine stand. I don't know, but I found this Moonpix record by Cat Power, and obsessed. Like I said in that other video, I don't really buy records. We have a record player, but it's not intuitive to me to want to put on a record. I don't know. But I had to buy this because it's one of my favorite records of all time. And I don't know, I listened to it the other day and I was just like thinking about it, like this actual record is the inspiration or like the impetus behind like a lot of my songs and a lot of my music. And I'm listening to it, I'm like, oh yeah, like she inspired me more than I even realized. And this record in particular was such a huge inspiration for me. I think I discovered this in college, and yeah, I've been obsessed ever since. I think my some of my handles on different things online are based on a song from this record as well. But yeah, that's my favorite. And I didn't want to go into any books because I feel like I do the book content on my monthly reading roundup things, so I don't really, it feels redundant to talk about. But yeah, if you guys watch this whole thing, leave a comment or even hype the video. To be like full disclosure, I really am trying to get this channel to 1,000 subscribers. I feel like I'm pretty close, and I've noticed like a pretty consistent gaining of followers lately, and I'm very appreciative of that. I've had this channel for so long, and I want you guys to be like, I don't know, let me know what kind of content, if this kind of video is something that you're not interested in and you like vlogs more. I like sitting down and talking to you guys. I feel like you guys like that too, but maybe not. I don't know. Let me know, and I'll see you guys later. And yeah, have a good summer.